Welcome, welcome. It's your boy Karceno here, and we have not had a live stream for almost 24 hours. So, want to welcome everybody who did get a notification. Hopefully, you did get one. If you didn't get one, we apologize. It's been rough here dealing with all this cryptic codes and all this stuff that's been going on, man. It's been a nightmare dealing with all this stuff, man. People hadn't been seeing videos that's popped up and premiered, and that's the most frustrating part. Now, I waited till Kwame's video was over before I went live, so right, I didn't want to step on his toes and what he was doing. Plus, I waited. I didn't talk about it at all yesterday. YouTube had sent Fox did. They wanted to be the only ones to post about Shannon Sharpe's final moments. Remember, we were in a live stream and it happened live. So our video was not even about Shannon Sharpe. And Undisputed happened to be on because I had stopped and left and went for a walk. By the time I came back, it was at the end of the show. And at the end of that show, Shannon Sharpe goes into his retirement spiel. So we were sitting right here as it was happening, and we wasn't even showing the screen. It was live coming on TV, so we didn't know what he was going to say, how he was going to say it. Fox immediately attacked everybody's page that was having any audio with Shannon Sharpe. So I had to go and remove that section out of my video, out of the live stream, so it wouldn't be compromised in any way. Now, let's get to the gist of what's going on here. A lot of information here you're going to hear is basically firsthand knowledge or secondhand knowledge, rather, or third, probably third. Like Jamie Horowitz, a couple of other guys that Shannon Sharpe had thanked when he left the show. A lot of these people came from ESPN. ESPN has been going through a shift of shutting down. They've been going through a shift of I wouldn't say shutting down, restructuring. They've been getting younger, while everyone else seems to be getting a little older. So all of those old pieces or vintage pieces, Fox have taken over and said, we're gonna show the world what we are going to do. Yes, they still are showing their true colors and what they intend on doing and what they don't intend on doing here. Now, they got cool when the brawl almost happened in Vegas, when Puffy brought Rick Ross to the party. That's a whole nother thing. Like, Rick Ross is in grave danger that night. And it got squashed that night. Rick Ross came back to the hotel and squashed it and was like, man, no, y'all was riding with 50 and all that, but I ain't got no problems. And yeah, so it was done. But yeah, that you are about 5 years behind, if not longer. Now, let's get back to this. Now, Shannon Sharpe, and this is what people are going to want to know. Shannon Sharpe now is in a position where everybody around, okay, everybody who was around Fox, they loved Shannon. Skip Bayless is his show. The bosses, everybody there, as I told you, is Skip Bayless's show, even though he shared the platform with Shannon Sharpe. The show was going to be entirely different. They changed the format. Remember when I told you, they stated it there on the show. They validated everything that I said on that show. I told you what happened, and they validated it. Didn't you hear Shannon Sharpe? Skip, you fought for me. You fought for me, Skip. I ain't never gonna forget that. Skip fought for Shannon Sharpe. He fought for Shannon Sharpe to still be there. This is not Skip's idea. This is Shannon's idea, and the studio saying, well, fine, you can go. And they just let him go immediately. Immediately. After, like, they couldn't let him finish the week. You got the weekend. They said, you gone. So this was not a virtually positive exit. But Fox Sports 1 gave him the opportunity to say goodbye on the show because Shannon was going to be professional no matter what. They know to have him do it on social media and not the show would be tanking the show. This is going to promote the show. So it's beneficial for him to do it on the show. So they weren't doing it after, man, we're going to give you this respect because you've done so much for us. It's saying we're just going to milk you one more time before you exit. We're going to milk this cow one more time before the cow is out the door. Now, I told y'all, Skip fought for him. Now, Skip also told you in the beginning, this show was supposed to be different. It was a different outlook for the show. And I said, no, he could do it. And what did I tell you that outlook was? Rob Parker was supposed to be the guy on the show. This was going to be like a barbershop type show. It's going to be Rob Parker and other people on this format that they brought in. Chris Carter, actually, not Burchard. Chris Carter. They had Nick Wright that was going to be on the show, and they were going to be in like a barbershop type fashion. So the show, The Shop, that's how Undisputed was going to be. That was the outlook before Shannon Sharpe was available to do this. So before Undisputed actually aired, they did a pilot episode that premiered in movie theaters. At Rob Parker's barbershop in Detroit. That wasn't considered the first episode of Undisputed. That was the test module of the barbershop show that they were going to run. They had just got Shannon Sharpe in there, and Undisputed was going to be Skip and Shannon. but they test modeled what the show was going to be like, barbershop talk. That's why he said on the show, this model was going to be a different show. That I said, no, he can handle this. Shannon Sharpe was strong enough on his opinions, powerful voice. Skip knew that's the guy I need. He could do it. Shannon was great for this show. But in 2021, Shannon changed. All the fame that got built up from him becoming Uncle Shannon started to go to his head. Shannon was making $3 million a year doing Undisputed. So him making $3 million a year in 2021, his contract was up and it was time for renegotiation. He got the big money now. So his voice got bigger. He got more challenging with Skip. Now it's, I'm your partner. We're in this together. Like, it's not 55. It's not, 75 to 25 or 80-20. Now it's 51-49. You got 1% higher than me now. That's how he felt. But no, it's Skip's show. And once he started to bite back at Skip saying, no, I'm going to have my say, and all this barking back with the staff and the producers of the show, Shannon wasn't just mad at Skip. He's mad at the producers of the show. He's mad at Eric. Him and Eric didn't really have that relationship that Jamie Horowitz had with him because they didn't hire Shannon Sharpe. See, they got brought onto the show after Jamie got fired for sexual harassment. But you notice that's the first person Shannon Sharpe thanked. I want to thank Jamie Horowitz, who came over there on the plane to Atlanta and told me, Shannon, you can do this thing. I believe in you. You work hard. I see it in your eyes. You could do this. Jamie Horowitz was a genius. See, I know this because many moons ago, before internet is what it is now, ESPN wanted to do a boxing live streaming. It was like on ESPN, what it was called ESPN2 at the time. That's mean you was on a bootleg ESPN. It was going to be on the internet and they were going to stream like boxing stuff, but you would have an ESPN banner to it. It was like, wow, it's like supported by ESPN. It was like, and they want to put together a boxing thing, just a tester to see what happens. But I'm like, that's weird. And I'm just like, I've never even heard of ESPN doing something like this. And this back before YouTube was even really doing anything. So this is like early stages. It was doing tests to talk about like fantasy football and boxing. And this is a test module to do what they're doing now. And they wanted to see people to audition on and fill in for this like internet show. Now, look where the internet is now. I got over, he's like the Ocho, ESPN 8, exactly. I was on this bootleg thing, but I was selected. People, you guys don't remember, but at some point in boxing, I was up there and I had had a lot of people because I had interviewed Floyd Mayweather. There's not too many people at that time who had a one-on-one exclusive interview with Floyd. Stephen A had it. Unless you were somebody plugged in sports media, You were not going to get a sit-down one-on-one interview with Floyd Mayweather for over an hour. Pretty much. Well, we got I'm more happy we got Steven Silas also. Steven Silas is going to be an assistant coach. And he's really good as a coach. And now that you got Monty in there, the younger guys could start listening to more guidance. I think the other coach just gave up trying to reach those guys. Right now, I barely have food in my house because I haven't went shopping. No. The activities are a little bit different, people. Here's some more determining factors that you might didn't understand or didn't know. Shannon Sharpe has a entirely different style of doing things. So when you start thinking about what they want to do and how they want to move and what the show was supposed to be like, people don't realize it is that Skip Bayless was raised by a black woman. Okay? The housekeeper that they had was black. Skip Bayless was raised by this woman more than his mother, he was more connected to the housekeeper who raised him, who brought her kids around him. When he was in Oklahoma City, of course, I talked about that live. He talked about Thang, because you know he was gonna shout out Thang now. But Skip Bayless was raised by a black woman who was his housekeeper more than his parents. Skip hung out with the brothers. Skip was in the hood. So he was more connected with that side, with the housekeeper, with the blacks. So he was used to being around blacks. His brother, not so much. Skip and his brother often collided on views, thoughts, and everything to the point where they don't even speak. Skip Bayless' brother is a world-renowned chef, mostly in New York. While Skip grew a presence for working and being around and hanging out with blacks. So it was not unusual for Skip to do anything with the brothers. Skip Bayless was known for working with the brothers. See? This is what Undisputed was looking like back in those days. This is what it was supposed to be. See? People are looking in the Legends Barbershop in California. Here comes Skip. They did a test run in Rob Parker's barbershop where Rob Parker came up with the idea of having a barbershop show where they all in the barbershop where LeBron James stole his idea from. And college football, they've been doing this for years. It's a college football show that's been doing it as well. You know, LeBron has no original thought whatsoever. Everything comes out of his mouth is a rap lyric. I mean, what Jay-Z song or song you got this from, LeBron? So, as you can see, Skip is interviewing people while they're getting haircuts. And talking to the regular people about what they think about sports. And Skip Skip Bayless and everybody on this show was basically doing the premise. This was a premise on what was going to be Undisputed. This was shown in the movie theaters, ladies and gentlemen. So while they got the camera angles and everything there and how the whole shop is, and Skip is sitting there talking with people who want to sit down with him, then special guests stop by. Who stopped by? There's some special guests. Doc Rivers came by the shop. So this is how Undisputed was going to look. It was going to be a barbershop setting. Hell no, I'm not going to no Crawford Spence fight. I'm going to watch it, but I ain't going. You see them prices? $2,000, $1,000, $40,000. They didn't went way up. I done already been to enough fights. I ain't spending no $40,000. So this is when, and this is what Undisputed used to look like, people. Hit the like button while y'all at it. And he's sitting there speaking with Skip the whole nine. So Skip talks to Joy Taylor, who's sitting on the sideline, who's going to be the moderator. And they're just sitting back. And here's the introduction of Shannon Sharpe. And Shannon Sharpe comes in and steals the show. And he just comes in and like interrupts the show. Tom Brady or the Cowboy? What one is it? So they have this showdown, like they meet. See? And then Skip gets up and like challenges Shannon Sharpe. They embrace. And that is the beginning of what you know as Undisputed. A lot of people want to go into that. Who's the next person to lead Undisputed? I have never been wrong yet. In this entire Undisputed layout, I have been ahead of it. And I have not been wrong. So I've already told you who's going to be the guy. I told you who the list should be, one of those guys, but it's only an experimental thing as it, they're lining things up. They're going to test to see how it goes for the rest of the season. And I told you why they were doing it. But since we're all here, we might as well do it now instead of the video coming out. There is actually a video already recorded. So I wasn't going to talk about it because it's going to be in the video. But since we're all here right now, and thanks for the super chat. I came in the middle of his video, and I was trying to tell him not to play the audio because Fox was on something. Now, Shady McCoy is going to be the next person to sit in that chair. They're going to move him from Speak because you can move him. He's somebody that's not really going to challenge Skip back. Plus, you got football season getting ready to start. Skip is a diehard Cowboys fan. So Shady McCoy is known for his years with the Philadelphia Eagles. So now you have your contrast of Eagles and Cowboys. So now you have Shady here for football. That's why Shannon had to at least finish out basketball, because no one wants to hear Shady talk about basketball. So football, let's bring in Shady. We're getting ready for the football season. This is why it's happening, people. So I've not been wrong yet. So we're going to see what happens. But he will have some support. Like they'll probably bring in Rob Parker again on the show because he works well with Skip. Skip brought him back to national television. National television and radio, basically, because ESPN has suspended him off of something he said. That's funny. OJ Simpson is the best chess move. OJ be Skip. You gonna make me cut some? Oh no. That's an old thing. That's an old thing. That's the old juice. Oh yeah. They're gonna be like, that's a terrible joke, Juice. Your wife was lost her life. Oh yeah. But we've been divorced. Like we were split up. Like me and Nicole were done. So and that poor kid who lost his life, it's a whole bunch of things with drugs and they never looked into Figueres' neck. I mean, they know what happened, but that's an old thing. That's an old crime. I was gonna help and say, hey, I'll help investigate this thing, but you guys going ahead. Y'all don't want my help. Terrell Owens, man, he would have been at Skip head. He would have never moved off the subject. No, Skip. How you gonna say that, Skip? You ain't never played the game. No, let's not go to the next subject. Let's stay right here, Skip. See, you always want to go to another subject. Let's stay right here, Skip. How you gonna say that them coaches was right? Who told you that? That didn't happen. Well, I believe it did. Well, I was there, so I'm telling you it didn't happen, Skip. Well, I believe them. Who is them? Right. If I Did It. That was the name of the book. While the trial was going on, he got a book out called If I Did It. And did you know If I Did It wasn't just a book? It was a video. Juice had a video. Nelly ain't been brought back because of those allegations and the things he did and the moral conduct thing. So even though he was found not guilty, it was just the moral compass of what happened anyway with the investigation. So they decided not to bring Nelly back. Skip Bayless got Nelly the job. He got all these black people hired. Forget the book. Forget the book. Forget the book. The damn video. OJ goes to the crime scene. He goes to the crime scene and says, if I did it, this is what I would have did. I saw the video. I don't think that video is even, you can't even find that video anymore. OJ was sitting there like it was like somebody spilled some milk. He wasn't even taking it as if this is the mother of his children that's no longer here. Juice was taking it on a whole nother ride. Juice is over there like this. Juice is like, and this is the fence they said I heard. I got bad knees. I got bad knees. How I'm gonna get over that fence? I can't get over that fence. All back in my playing days. Now I could have jumped this fence a long time ago, but man, I got bad knees now. Man, I can't jump this fence. I mean, he's like, so they saying I came down here and I had two people. I took him down, then I came and I took the other guy down. Now, see, here's the thing. Because we going on the Juice thing. Did Juice do it? No, Juice did not do it. Did Juice play a part in it? Yes, but he didn't know it was going to go like that. But that's neither here nor there. No. The glove didn't fit because it didn't belong to Juice. Juice didn't do it. I was trying to tell you. They know who did this. But the thing is Juice plays a big part of it. Because it wasn't his intention, but like everybody knows the story right now. No, he showed up after it was done. And he saw what happened, was like, oh, good Lord. I'm getting the F up out of here. And he showing up to the scene is the only thing that messed stuff up for Juice. But anything, he showed up to the crime scene not knowing he was walking into a crime scene. Then he went back home like, I got to get the hell out of town. He got on a plane and went to Chicago. Don't come here. Don't come here, Juice. Now, let's look at it from a perspective we need to. Let's get back to Shannon Sharpe. Now, what I was thinking about Shannon, what I was thinking about the actual aspects of everything that went down. What's next for Shannon? We know what's next for Undisputed. We know Shady's coming. There was no Undisputed today, which was surprising. Well, they kind of thought the series would extend at least to the weekend. But when Denver finishing it in 5, the contract was, as soon as it's over, I would have said, look, at least finish the week out till we can get to the weekend and get things set up. Nope, Shannon was out of there immediately. So that lets you know this was not something that was mutual. This was not something that they thought about as a good idea. This was not in the plans. And thank you for the super chat. My Cash App is Karceno. It should be pinned up there. Now, what's next for Shannon Sharpe? Shannon Sharpe had a deal that was paying him at least $25 million over 4 years. He signed that in 2021. He served 2 years and had 2 years remaining under his Fox contract. So they agreed to a buyout to buy Shannon Sharpe out of his contract, to have him removed from Undisputed immediately. So Eric Shanks, the executive producer of the show, decided, Shannon Sharpe, you can go. Now, the future of Shannon Sharpe. Why is Shannon Sharpe okay with leaving? Why is Shannon Sharpe now in a position? Because he has banked everything on Club Shay Shay, which everybody said Fox owns the show. Not quite. They do and they don't. Club Shay Shay is where they filmed on the Fox studio lot, as they have a bunch of other shows on the lot. Like they have What's Wrong with Nick Wright or something like that. Nick Wright got a show. Skip Bayless got a show. This is the way Fox want them to brand with social media to keep the interest up. So to keep Club Shay Shay and keep that name, and Shannon Sharpe basically can negotiate to take the name Club Shay Shay, but he can't be on Fox lots. He's gonna have to put it somewhere else. So all he could do is build his show on another platform, and that show right there is big enough with the celebrities and the people coming by. They can now, Shannon Sharpe doing that interview one-on-one session that he's doing with his friends, his clientele, and people that he knows, he's now got the backing for a much lucrative deal. He will make what he was making on Undisputed. He will make that in 1 year. Yeah, we've already discussed who's replacing him. Now, here's the subject. Here's the matter of the sense of matter. The situation is this. Shannon Sharpe has a chance to get an evaluation because all of these companies want to, and I'm not talking about ESPN. ESPN, that's something he could do on the side. That's a side hustle till he get his show up. They're going to want to buy Club Shay Shay. They'll want him to put it on radio. They'll want the show everywhere syndicated. And he'll be looking at a $80 million evaluation or higher. Depending on how popular the show gets. Now, right now, it is huge on social media. As far as YouTube, I don't know how much of this was Fox, the people around him. Shannon Sharpe could get about an $80 million valuation in probably a year or two. If not there already. He'll be making 10 to 20 million a year. So this leaving is actually a great idea for Shannon Sharpe. He was in a better position now than he was when he was there. But this is a screaming example of what we talk about with Stephen A. Smith and all these other people there. They have these shows, but they have no power. Shannon Sharpe, his power balance was up. His popularity was up, but in power, it did not rise. He did not rise in power. He thought he did, but he didn't. That is Skip's show. Skip decides who's hired, who's fired. If he wanted to keep you there, he could. But when that's not respected and you feel like, man, I'm not an equal here now. I got more money and popularity. I feel like I'm carrying the show. Well, they're going to let you go and say, thank you for your service. We'll grab another. Which means they're going to get another black guy. They're not going to put another white guy in there. Because you need the other narrative. Why do you think all the other shows is black guy, white guy, black guy, white guy, black guy, white guy, black guy, white guy? I told you, this is a business. They got to have somebody who they feel represent the brothers. If they got two white guys in there debating black topics, they're going to both be like, oh, I'm not touching that. Next topic. You going to need a brother in there. When that player feels like he's been racially discriminated against by the team, and they got to talk about it on the show, and the white guy going to be like, I can't lead with this story. Is there a black guy working here? Bob, the janitor. Yeah. What do you think about what happened there? What? Did you hear about what happened with him saying he was racially motivated? Yeah. Well, them crackers didn't want him to work there no more. Can you please sit down here and tell us about it, Bob? They don't want to touch those topics. That's why the setup has always been that way. When Shannon first came on there, what got Shannon over on Undisputed? Colin Kaepernick. It just happened that happened the same time Undisputed came out. So that was like right away, boom. Shannon was talking about blacks, the rights, and what it meant for them. So the black people was with Shannon from the jump. They was, man, I love him. Stephen A., he tap dancing. Shannon keeping it real. So right then and there, they knew company man, not company man. Shannon was different. He wasn't a company man. Then he became a company man. He started going into the fashions and he started hanging around with Thang. And he with Thang, you said you were going to ride with me till the wheels fall off. And when the wheels fall off, then we'll walk together. And that's what they've been doing. They've been walking together. Thang right behind them. Thang. I'm like, Shannon be going somewhere, and right behind him is Thang. Thang be right there with him, boy. They ain't missing a step. He go to the bathroom, Thang right with him. I never would understand in my days of life, like, what is the point of all that? It's like they try extra hard to be like women. And women don't even do all that. Women be like, y'all extra. They go extra with it. Like, I'm like, women don't do that. They be like extra. And I'm like, I've seen women don't do all that. Y'all like extra. They'll be like y'all going way too far. It's unnecessary, dog. We know you different, okay? We don't need no more examples. And Shannon be like, yeah, I'm going to pull up there and I'm going to go over there to the game and yeah, I'll show up there. Yeah, I'm going to get up out of here. Yeah, y'all take care. All right, come on, Thang. I'm like, good Lord. What is going on here? But him and Thang, they finna sashay themselves up out of there. Says the man in the thumbnail, hey, I'm sorry, dude. You might like Thang. You go ahead and do your thing with your Thang. I'm just saying, y'all a little extra, dude. Y'all a little extra. That's just all we saying. Women don't act like that, dog. Put a shirt on. That's all we saying. Put a shirt on, man. This ain't the channel for that. he auditioned. He probably know Thang. He probably right there with Thang. Like, ain't nothing wrong with what Thang doing. Hey, if whatever Thang doing, and you want to be there and rub the body oil on them, y'all can go ahead and rub body oil on each other, man. Go do y'all thing. We just don't do that over here. Oh, they doing something after 2-something. Hell, it's 2-something right. It's after 2-something right now in some places. Oh man. Yeah, man. He talking about his crush for LeBron. Of course. Dude, they find each other. I'm telling you. They can find each other. It's like they know which one It's on the level and which one ain't. I know. He says 1 p.m. in Gainesville, Texas. He said, why he got a shirtless profile pic? Hey, he probably forgot it was on there. I don't know. I can't tell you other people's psychosis, but naturally, he's the one that didn't think it was funny. So, Sino, do you think it's already too crowded for Shannon to join First Take? And do you think KB debate and Skip every day would be good and KB will be out to do him? Shannon would come over for 1 day of First Take. First Take got a revolving chair. They think it helps the show. It really doesn't. Because you can't identify with the show anymore because you're like, oh man, this is dope. But now I got to wait till next week till he comes back on the show and hear what he got to say because his days is on Tuesdays. Shannon can take over Mondays for Michael Irvin, who they let go, even though they know Michael Irvin was completely innocent. The morality thing of it, they got him just off the show. Man, Janelle Monáe, my God. Boy, I think we got to save her, boy. Good Lord. Man, oh man, oh man. You talking about somebody worth saving. Oh, man, we got to get her back. Some way, somehow, we got to get her rescued. Is Boothang the guy? I don't know if he's the gay guy, but he's the guy that's with Shannon at the game. Yeah, that's Boothang. He made sure he thanked Boothang. And Boothang, I want to thank you. Yes, brother. Operation Sage and him Monáe commenced. Exactly. I'm like, that's what be making me mad. When they look like that, and I'll be like, I can't have that. I at least gotta know somebody else. I'm like, somebody else gotta hit it. Some dude gotta be hitting. So if I can't get it, I'm gonna root for the next guy. I'll be like, oh, Ryan, go ahead, dude. That's a come up. Like, I ain't no hater. But if I can't hit, I don't want that to go to waste. And I'm like, nah, it's going to waste. Nobody hit this thing. Oh, God, that's a nightmare. Skip, when you lay your head down on that pillow, just know I gave you everything I got. Gave you everything I got. Gave you everything I got. I'm like, my God. Dog. You gave me a chance, man. I was like, good Lord. Have some spine. Get your backbone in check. What is you doing? You see, that's what they want. Big, strong, ruling black man. Crying and sucking up. And it's all because of you. Thank y'all for having me here. and giving this old dog a chance. I just want to thank you. I just want to say thank you, sons. Thank you. This is all I heard. That's how it came out to me. I want to thank you. Thank you for letting me put my black face on your white screen. I'm so sorry if I hurt anybody feeling. I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank the lady that brought the food the other day, and I want to thank everybody that ever came over here and said something nice to me. Thank that dog. I want to thank that chair. I want to thank this glad table. I'm going to miss this glad table. Man, Skip, this glad table so good. Them pig feet that y'all used to send in my dressing room. That bacon and eggs. Let me get that one more time before I get up out of here. I'm like, man, get your dog. What in the world is going on here? What is going on? Quit shuffling your feet. I thought he was going to get up and do a little soft shoe. Let me do a little soft shoe for you, Skip. Woo! Look at that, man. I still can move. Skip me. Come on. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. I'm like, God damn. Man, just go. No, you ain't finna get a speech out of me. They gonna be like, after all these years, I've been like, I thank you, the viewers, for tuning in and watching me. Y'all been the support. You know, some people here I'm cool with, some people I ain't. I'm gonna go somewhere else and do my thing. Don't forget to follow me on my social media channel. And then I'm out of here. All right, Skip, it's been one. I'm out. Get this mic. Hey, yeah, get this off. That's all you gotta say, yeah. F the studio. Hey, I ain't gonna be in no more in my bag. Yeah, make sure I get all my stuff. I ain't coming back. y'all ain't finna get none of this. Y'all ain't getting none of this out of me. Especially if I don't like you. If I'm not somebody that could chill with people I don't like. My body don't feel comfortable around any energy. It senses it. You know how you sense somebody's a hater and don't really like you, and they just trying to like be around you and they really don't like you? And you go to like wondering, what the hell you being around me for? I don't need you around me. Go. Because that's how your intentions and your feelings is truly feeling. Like, you can go. We don't need you here for nothing. And your body already feel the negative energy, so you don't even want them around. It's just that this is a prime example of spineless men. They only have this energy for other black men. You see Stephen A. Smith every day playing the junkyard dog. For anybody black do anything, he got something to say. I made that video yesterday and they didn't want to send that to you at all. Not once did they wanted to let you see that. We went through all kind of problems after that video aired. Meanwhile, Pat McAfee, who's never appeared on ESPN one day, he was never on any of their platforms. He was on FanDuel, internet. ESPN comes in and offer him a contract bigger than Stephen A. Smith. And you've been the face of ESPN for all these years, working the car wash. See, that's what they call it in sports. On the sports shows, they call it working the car wash. When you go from one show to another show to another show on the same network, like Stephen A. Smith, he got First Take, then he'll be on NBA Countdown, he's on Sports Center. That's called the car wash. And they, whatever they need you to do, they call you up. Like they told him to fill in for UFC. They're like, you at the UFC fight? He was just there chilling. They called him up there like, hey, we didn't know you was at the fight. They just showed you on the screen. Get up there. They need some face up there. Guys out. You need to go up there and represent us. Go on up there. Next thing you know, they put a mic on him and he's all, yeah. That's why everybody's like, what the hell is Stephen A. Smith doing up there? It was the worst take ever because he didn't have any notes, no nothing. And I knew it. I said, what the hell is he doing on UFC? We was watching the fight. They made him put on a microphone and go out there and work. And I'm like, you are not Shannon Sharpe or Skip Bayless. They do one show and they go home. Nobody asking them to do another damn thing. Their job is over and they make more money than you. I mean, they make the same amount of money as you and they ain't got to go running around like a chicken with his head cut off. They working him to death. Stephen A., his doctor made him take a vacation. He had to have surgery. He chose to have the surgery when Max Kellerman was fired. Well, wasn't fired, but was leaving First Take. Did Max Kellerman get that kind of speech? When he left, Stephen A. was promptly recovering from his surgery, which he scheduled during the time he was going to be released. Because Stephen A. Smith, he had to get his adenoids taken out. Because he was snoring so loud at the plane. He had a snoring and he had sleep apnea from all of this work he's doing, staying up all these hours. He's not getting any sleep. So he was killing himself. So his doctor's like, you need to exercise because you're about this close from having a heart attack. So he went out. That's when you seen the video of him doing his workout. So they trying to tell him, dog, you need to get in the gym. You doing all this talking. You need to get in the gym. But here's the thing. He negotiated a buyout. So when he got bought out of his contract, there might be a stipulation in there saying for at least this many moment in time or this period of time, you cannot work with a competitor, which is called a non-compete clause. So he might have an exit and been able to exit the show, but can't really appear on another show as a co-host or anything else for probably to the duration of that contract. Or it's called a non-compete. I don't know if they put that on him. I don't know if they did not. That part I don't know. But most networks do put a non-compete clause on contract. And it's a certain period of time, especially if you're still under contract and they allowed you out of it. There's normally a stipulation that comes with that. But who knows what they put in there? But Shannon Sharpe's stock is high. So Shannon Sharpe's stock is like up here. His stock is rising. It is gone off the stratosphere. So if you see that stock and it's off the charts, all you need to do is tell yourself like, well, damn, this stock is up here. My numbers is up here. I don't need Skip Bayless. I can go out and do my own thing. But here's the thing. Your thing is doing one-on-one interviews. You want to be that guy to work with LeBron and all these people and work with this Uninterrupted who are going to come in like, we got you, Shannon. You good. Now you ain't with Skip no more. We're going to take care of you. We're going to put you on your own show. You're going to be straight. He got his own backing. So Club Shay Shay can be on uninterrupted. It's going to find its platform somewhere. But you know who been doing their own thing that people didn't know about? Colin Cowherd, who's also on Fox, also has his own. He's got his own. Oh, man. The real, you must have been missing a lot of my videos. But he has his own streaming platform. Draymond Green's show is on Colin Cowherd's show, on his network, rather, The Volume. Colin Cowherd owns that network, The Volume, that puts out the Draymond Green show. So you mean to tell me this man can have his own network and you don't have one, Stephen A? You bigger than Colin Cowherd. Why you don't have the Stephen A. Smith network? Because you think like a worker. You think, let me be a good boy so they could just cut me the check. You're going to do whatever massa say do. So Draymond Green is working for Colin Cowherd. Once again, workers, non-bosses. But he wants to talk down on anybody black who do anything independent or outside the lines of what they think black people should be doing. Black people should always toe the line. Don't do anything out the box. Why are you getting doing all that in front of them white folk? Skip had nothing to do with Undisputed getting rid of Shannon. He fought for Shannon to be there. But thank you for the super chat, though. Shannon, when we want the real sport takes, we can talk to Cino. Yeah, that's right. I get to you right. Did you notice how he let JJ Rhetoric come up there and talk to him like a dog, but he don't get mad at Jay Williams for calling him out? But JJ Redick can come up there and say whatever he want on his show, and he don't open his mouth. He sat there like a good old boy and let JJ Rhetoric say anything he want. Oh, look at this. Another idiot. No, I don't work for YouTube, sir. My check does not say YouTube, sir. This video here, YouTube does not own it. I do. It means that I could take this video and put it anywhere I want in the world. YouTube has nothing to say about it. YouTube pays me for putting videos on their platform, sir. That means they're the distributors. So they get paid to distribute my video. That's called a partnership. They don't own it. I do. See, if they own it, then they could do what they want with my video. But I could take my video and put it anywhere else and get money. I could put it on IG and get paid. I could put it on Facebook and get paid. I could put it on any platform I want. I could put it on my Patreon and get paid. They can't stop that because I own it. Now, bye-bye. See, people who don't understand anything. This is why you have idiots like this that pop up. Colin Cowherd's an idiot. He's got a great radio voice, but he's a complete idiot too. He's somebody that is idealistically stuck in fandom more than analytics and sports. He's good radio, but he's an idiot. He's so stuck in fandom. He said he has the most outlandish takes just based on fandom. Of course. My thing is this. Everybody is now resorting back to where we are, the internet. All of these people that were so-called making money on national television, why are they going to the internet now to get their money? Because they realize now the internet is where the money is. They used to make fun of the internet. Oh, you're just an internet guy. We're on TV. Just an internet guy. Now they all coming to the internet. All the rappers that used to diss people, like they just on them. Ain't nobody listening to them. They on YouTube. Now you got all these rappers on YouTube. In the news today. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm only saying that to the rappers that was dissing it. Not the people that's really like I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? This is where it is right now. Because other people figured it out. Because you got people who are rappers, but they was hustlers too, so they know the game. So, Oskino hit me up and was like, yo, first he was mad at me for dissing him. And when they was on the Breakfast Club, him and Petey was up there, and I was like, man, I had went so hard on him. And he was like so mad, and then he realized the game. He was like, oh man, I see it. You a smart dude. he's like, man, I'm getting this much a show. I didn't look into you. Dog, you really doing it. You making more money than me. I was making more money than him. And this is the thing. He was rapping, flying on planes, going to shows to try to get maybe $5,000. Maybe $5,000. $3,000. $2,000. He was in Indiana doing a show and got like $2,500. And he was like, man, I'm not doing this. But that goes to show you. Look how ESPN treats you. They show people value you. They treat you how they value you. ESPN treats Stephen A. Smith the way they do because they know they can. If you let people treat you a certain way, they're gonna. They got Pat McAfee coming in getting double what you getting. And of course you ain't gonna speak out about it. But when your contract come back for renegotiation, you think you finna get Pat McAfee money. Now you on the internet trying to boost your show up on FanDuel. Because he just left FanDuel and went to ESPN. And now you want to boost yours up so you can get a big bag. By doing what? Tearing down black men. They're like, you tearing down black men. No, I'm not. I'm tearing down weak men. Empowering the strong. That's a difference. I'm not tearing down Stephen A. Smith. I'm telling you about Stephen A. Smith. Absolutely not. See, Stephen A. has this thing built in his brain that What he says, the whole world is paying attention to. Now, he likes to tell people who he's disappointed in. Now, he's disappointed with Floyd Mayweather. He's disappointed in Paul Pierce. When are you going to be disappointed with somebody white? I never seen you disappointed with somebody else the opposite color. When are you going to be disappointed in them? Now, what are you disappointed in Floyd Mayweather for? Floyd Mayweather is a retired boxer who don't do drugs, who don't drink, who don't smoke weed, who don't have any tattoos, who is a billionaire, who's a real estate mogul, who has all of these things going on, and he still makes money in the ring off of exhibitions. His boxing career is over. What could you be? And you're disappointed in that man who's made other black men millionaires around him, who gave platforms and jobs to other black men around him to feed their family. And you talking about you disappointed in him, Stephen A. Smith? He's a billionaire who hangs out in the hood. Who supported black businesses, even when black people was hating on him. He came back to the hood. How many billionaires or people that's worth 700, 800 million? How many of those people still go back to the hood? So Stephen A. Smith was granted the opportunity to have a one-on-one interview with Floyd Mayweather when he was mad at ESPN. He let Stephen A. come down there because Stephen A. used to go to all his fights. Stephen A. used to go to all his fights. Stephen A. would not only just go to his fights, Stephen A. would go to the fights and actually support the sport of boxing by showing up to the boxing matches, everything. So he always gave him his respect and told him, hey, this is what we want from you. So he sat there, gave you the opportunity, gave you an interview. You sat down with Floyd Mayweather, actually spoke to him, actually had conversations with Floyd, actually did things, and he let you in, and you turn around and do that to him. Why? For whom? Not for you, but for Whitey. You see, when you have no integrity and you'll do something just for the money, Boxing ain't dead. Boxing's where the money's at. Ask why you think these UFC fighters is complaining about the money? The only people that get the money is Dana White. UFC is a company, not a sport. All of them people in there are basically, they can't make any outside money. They can't get sponsorship deals on their own. UFC blocks that because you're working for the company. So you got to wear what they wear. And that costs you millions of dollars that you got to miss out on. Then they paying you like $25,000 for a fight. And people are like, hey, what the hell? And then the pay-per-view numbers are doing like 700,000, 500,000. And they're making millions. And you sitting there making 30,000 a fight. If that. So people realize the boxer, they do one fight, boom, 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 800,000. Woo, I'm done. Win, lose, or draw. So, absolutely. Wish Shannon Sharpe nothing but the best. Hopefully now that he's doing, he can get away from the debate field for a while. He'll probably do some guest spots on another show. He can go back to doing his club Shay Shay, and it won't get disrespectful like it was before. But now Shannon's going to want power. And when someone wants power, what's going to happen? Something's got to give. What's up, Outlaw? Shouts out to you. Yeah, I got some runs to make, so I can't stay on here too long. So I want to say thank you for everybody who showed up. Thanks to Kwame Brown. Thanks to you guys for coming here. I ain't finna do Shannon Sharpe. Thank everybody for coming out with me today, man. Thank y'all for hitting the cash out. The cash app in Karceno, man. I want to thank everybody, and I want to thank my mom and daddy who had me. I want to thank the midwife that brought me out. I want to thank the man that didn't hit my car. What I'm going to do with this 834 credit score? What are you going to do with it? Why don't you tell us? But anyway, man, let me get out of here. I'm going to hit y'all up later. Go back and check out the videos we did. Don't forget to get on the Patreon today. We're going to hit the Patreon hard. It's going to blow your mind, too. But don't forget to check out the Fat Joe Bones story. That's been floating around here. Everybody been asking me, is Fat Joe telling the truth? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I go in there. I did that video to answer that, to give you the answer to that question. And there's some videos you missed probably from yesterday. You probably want to check out. I'm out the door. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Buzz Life, Jose Seahawks, Jose Rodriguez's channel. Subscribe to him. Welcome to HDTV. Scrub Zero in the house. I'll see you right before we get up out of here. And I'm out.